Ogden's station was shared by the Bamberger Railroad and a second interurban, the Utah-Idaho Central, or UIC. Once in Ogden, the traveler could use the Ogden streetcar line that was started by the local and wealthy David Eckles. The streetcar line ended operations in December 1935. The Ogden Rapid Transit Company's streetcars were the beginning of the larger Utah-Idaho Central's operation. The streetcar line had its infancy in 1900. Patrons could travel the 36 miles from Salt Lake City on the Bamberger line to Ogden. Then they could go another 94.7 miles north to Preston, Idaho, just across the Utah-Idaho border. The UIC was also built by the Eckles investors in 1914 as a 1500-volt DC interurban line. Here at Ogden Station, a Bamberger Brill car is about to return to Salt Lake City. The larger black and silver interurban car is owned by the UIC. The station was operated at 750 volts to accommodate the Bamberger units. Out of the station, the UIC switched over to the higher voltage. Before 1918, the UIC was originally named the Ogden, Logan, and Idaho Railway Company. About 30 miles north of Ogden, at a location called Honeyville, you could see the Union Pacific's Oregon Short Line tracks behind the UIC tracks. This UIC train is heading south. The UIC had its 18 motorized cars built at one time by the American Car Company. 515 has stopped at Kidman, about 45 miles from Ogden. Waiting behind 515 is a freight motor and train. Number 512 in an earlier paint scheme runs southbound at Wellsville. This is 56 miles from Ogden and 38.7 miles from Preston, Idaho. The maximum speed allowed on the line was 50 miles an hour. In the days before autos and highways dominating the scene, it was a competitive speed. Logan, Utah was within 27 miles of the end of the line at Preston. Logan even had its own small streetcar line that was operated by the UIC until 1924. This car is on the main street at Logan, heading back to Ogden. Parcels, baggage, express freight, and passengers were loaded and unloaded right in the middle of the street. A concept that seemed fine back in 1914 when the line was created. Car 514 has been loaded, and it passes the Logan Tabernacle as it heads off to points north. This southbound car is just below the Utah-Idaho border. Lewiston is a little over 8 miles from Preston, Idaho. Car 502 waits in front of the brick station at Preston, Idaho. At one time, the communities connected by the UIC appreciated having a local line that catered to hauling the products of their fields and giving people convenient travel connections the paralleling steam road turned down. Trucks and cars gradually ate away at the UIC's business, and the line and its fine rolling stock were scrap by 1947.